going to talk about presentation. What is that exactly? We're talking about the time it takes and the movement required to get your sights on the target and your finger to the trigger at the absolute maximum speed. The sooner we get sights on and slack up, the sooner we stop the threat and stop that guy from killing you. So it's very important. You've probably seen somebody do it in certain ways and it's taught like this. Not all programs have evolved yet to what I am teaching. And what we're going to do now is the absolute scientifically proven, mathematically proven, fastest way to get our weapon into the fight with good presentation. So first, let me show you some of the ways that we've seen that just aren't quite as good, aren't quite as fast. Okay, and we don't want to be slow with presentation. In other words, here I am at pistol ready, and I suddenly have a target. And perception, ooh, that guy's going to kill me. Well, I've got to have sights on that target to meet the trigger rule. So therefore, let's look at some of the ways that are not so efficient, such as the scoop. Scooping my weapon up, don't have sights, don't have sights, don't have sights, got sights. Okay, well, I got to wait for my sights to come all the way down and up to get my finger to the trigger. That's not so efficient. Or the tomahawk chop, or what some people refer to as Charlie's Angels. Hey, hey, don't have sights, don't have sights, don't have sights, got sights, finger on the trigger. Well, that's not so good. One that is still taught in a lot of schools is what's called the punch out. Just punching your sights directly out to the target. Well, watch what happens when I do that with any speed. See that little bobble at the end? That little bobble that I get on the gun makes me lose my sights for an instant. So at the same time I'm coming to the trigger, and do I actually have sights on the target or not? Am I breaking the trigger rule or not? And now I'm trying to find the trigger. Where is it? And that could lead to panic. We don't want that. And if I punch out straight from here, watch. Don't have sights, don't have sights, don't have sights. Got sights, finger on the trigger. So that's not the most efficient way either. What we're going to do today is a very efficient presentation, as efficient as you can be, and that is just simply the lift to sights on, slack up. Instead of doing any one of those things I just showed, I'm just simply going to lift my sights to my eyes. It's a very short distance because my sights are right below my chin. So all I'm going to do is lift. Now at the same micro moment, I'm going to present my finger to the trigger and take up the slack, which I can do very fast. Watch. Slack up, index. Slack up, index. Slack up. That's very fast. So now I'm in a very compact pistol ready position. I'm protecting my pistol, and all I have to do to meet the trigger rule and get my sights on, to get the finger on the trigger, is present my sights on and my slack up together. Sights on, slack up. Sights on, slack up. Sights on, slack up. At the same time, presenting my muscles to the fight. Now, I don't lock my elbows all the way out. I keep my arms locked, but my arm pulled back just slightly. Because if you practice locking out all the time, many shooters like this position, but I'll find that if I'm out all the way, my gun can move around, my wrist can move much more than if I pull back slightly, keep my index lock, elbows down. I can't even get my wrist to move in this position. So that means my sights are going to stay on even better. Now, one other thing I want to discuss. We don't want to, on presentation, to actually come up and stop and then start. That's like two movements. Stop, start. We don't want to do that. What we want to do is make this a flowing, singular movement. And the way we're going to do that is by putting a little apex, a little curve right at this 90. So then instead of starting and stopping, we're curving through it. See that? And that makes it nice and smooth. And that makes sure it doesn't stop. So it should look like this. Sights on, slack up. And just push. Recover. Sights on, slack up. Sights on, slack up. Again, nice and smooth at the apex. It's not start and stop. It's flow through it with a nice smooth apex. Flowing right through. Sights on, slack up. Right through it with this nice smooth apex. And smooth is fast.